I told you, if they go get Westbrook, they're no longer my Clippers. I am here to reinforce what I first guessed to you. No. Now that Russ is on the team, I'm out. I am out. I'm done. Over and out.
Clipper fans everywhere rejoice. Skip Bayless is no longer a Clipper fan. I repeat, Skip Bayless is no longer a Clipper fan. Hopefully now he can pick another team to share his terrible takes on. I'm joking, but on a serious note, I like watching Undisputed. You know, I like sports, and I also like hearing other people's opinions on sports. But Skip Bayless the other day did something that I've never seen before, and straight up lied about Russell Westbrook. And who knows, maybe he's been lying on him even when he was a Laker, but I don't watch Laker games like that, so I don't know. But as a Clipper fan, I can confirm that he's lying, and I have video footage to prove it. Let's get right into it.
I'm watching closely last night, and I wanted to see how this would play out. What did Russ do when it became clear he was not going back in the basketball game? He was sub 4 with like a minute 30 left in the third quarter. When it became apparent he was not going back in down the stretch, remember, he's a starter for the Clippers. Right. He's not a bench player. He doesn't come off the bench. So you don't have that out. You don't have that excuse. He's a starter. Yeah. And Denver put its starters back in down the stretch and played them all the way home because that's usually what you do, right?
You got to have this game.
Okay. Russell Westbrook went to the end of the Clippers bench. He sat in the very last seat, and I tried to watch. I could have missed it because I'm having to rely on the TV camera angles. But every time they had a sideline huddle, he did not leave his seat at the end of the bench. Every time it was time to jump up and cheer for Kawhi making another big three in the fourth quarter, I couldn't see number 0 jumping up. He just stayed down at the end of the bench.
He didn't get on the bike or plan to have
maybe he's gone. Maybe he went up in the tunnel. I don't know.
Really, Skip? You were watching closely? Well, I have bad news. You might want to get your eyes checked because Westbrook was definitely supporting his teammates while he was on the bench. But before I show that, this man said that Westbrook went to the end of the bench when he got subbed out in the third quarter because he was upset he wouldn't play anymore. Well, let's see where Westbrook goes and sits when he gets subbed out in the first quarter. All right, so with 5 minutes in the first quarter, Westbrook is getting subbed out. Well, the score is 4-20. My goodness, but Westbrook is getting subbed out. Let's see what happens. All right, giving everybody high fives, and look at that. What do you know? Walks to the end of the bench. As you can see, when you look at the bench, you don't see Russell Westbrook because he's probably somewhere at the end of the bench. Interesting. It's almost as if maybe that's just where he prefers to sit. So shame on you for trying to make it seem like he was doing that out of spite. Now the second lie this man said was even more egregious because there's so much evidence showing the contrary. This man said that Westbrook wasn't celebrating when Kawhi Leonard was making shots. Not only is that not true, but Westbrook was celebrating when any teammate made shots. So this is literally right after Westbrook got subbed out in the third quarter. You see Kawhi Leonard is about to hit a shot. He hits the shot, and you can clearly see Westbrook say, "Let's go." Look at him. Let's go. This is right after being subbed out at the end of the third quarter. And nothing crazy, but I mean, it's the end of the third quarter. There's no real reason to get super hype over that shot. But even then, you can see he's being supportive. Now, Skip Bayless said that he really started to act up when he saw he wasn't going to get back in the game. Okay, let's see if that's true. All right, so we're in the fourth quarter now. Plumlee's about to get a quick bucket. And who's that getting up off the bench? Who's that getting up off the bench, Skip? With ice bags on his knees. Who's this, Skip? Because it looks a whole lot like Russell Westbrook to me. Now, you can't see his jersey number the same way you can't see anyone's jersey number that's on the bench because they have shirts over their jerseys. But I'm pretty sure that's Russell Westbrook standing up and celebrating his teammate getting a bucket. But you know what? There's still 11 minutes left. Maybe he doesn't know that he won't get back in the game yet, so he hasn't started to act up yet. All right, so let's fast forward to there only being 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Now, with there only being 3 minutes left, it's safe to say that Westbrook probably had a good idea that he wasn't going to get back in the game. So let's see if Westbrook's attitude changes because of this. All right, Morris is about to hit a jump shot. Oh, that sure looks a lot like Russell Westbrook back there clapping. Now, do my eyes deceive me, or is that Russell Westbrook still supporting his teammates, even late in the fourth quarter? Now, with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you can literally see Westbrook giving directions on the sidelines, helping out his teammates. What's this? Kawhi's about to hit a bucket? And who's that in the background? Saying he's too little? But I thought he wasn't celebrating when Kawhi was hitting his clutch buckets. He's literally in the background emoting. Skip something else, man. Skip really had the nerve to get on national television and just lie. And you know what? You can't even say that Skip has bad eyes because they even showed this replay where you can clearly see Westbrook celebrating in the fourth quarter after Kawhi hits a bucket. So there's no excuse. Again, it's weird enough to watch a basketball game and look at the bench and not the players. Like even I had to go back and look at the footage to make sure Skip wasn't lying. But he said that he went into this game specifically looking at the bench. And even though he was specifically looking at the bench, he still couldn't see Russell Westbrook clearly celebrating. That's hard to believe. Quick timeout with 1:18 left in the fourth. And who's that dapping up his teammates? Who was that? That sure looks a lot like Russell Westbrook giving his teammates high five. It actually looks like he was the first one to get up to give his teammates high five. Let's see this again. Yeah, he's definitely the first person up. And that's definitely Westbrook. Why can't I pause it? My pause game is terrible right now. My goodness. Yup, that's definitely Westbrook. Well, it even looks like he's semi-grinning. He actually looks happy if you look at his face, getting up and greeting his teammates with 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. So what in the world was Skip watching? Man, you can't make this up. This man Skip said that Westbrook wasn't getting in huddles in the fourth quarter. Westbrook is literally look at the screen. Westbrook is literally the only person that's currently not subbed in the game in the huddle. He's not even in the game and he's in the huddle. But Skip had the nerve to say Westbrook wasn't getting in huddles. You clearly see Westbrook with his warm-up shirt with the other people currently in the game being involved. Look at this. He's involved even though he's not in the game. He's still in the huddle with the team. And he's the only one. He's actually the only one. That's what makes this even funnier. But Skip literally went on live TV and said the exact opposite of what reality is. And this is with less than a minute left in the game, by the way, when he was supposedly saying that Westbrook was, completely out of it, not being a team player. Can't make this up, man. Can't make this up. Now, this is when Paul George hit the shot at the end of regulation. That didn't end up counting, but let's look at how Westbrook reacted to this shot. Yep, that's definitely Westbrook with his hands up. Again, the shot didn't end up counting, but yeah, that's definitely Westbrook celebrating with the rest of the team with his hands up. Yeah, nice try, Skip, but nah. Now, as someone that watched both games, I can honestly say that Westbrook had a neutral impact at worst. In the second game, he literally didn't even play in the fourth quarter. The Clippers were up by 1 with like 30 seconds left when Jamal Murray had to throw up a shot from half court because Kawhi had locked him up. And they end up getting the rebound, which led to an open 3 by Porter. They don't want to talk about that. Instead, they want to talk about Russell Westbrook, who wasn't even in the game in the fourth quarter. Even when he's not in the game in the fourth quarter, this man literally fabricated something to talk about. Insane. Insane. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Yeah, don't let these people fool you, man. Right? I'm a fair person, right? If Westbrook starts playing bad, I'll talk about it, right? Like, obviously, I'm a Clipper fan. I want the Clippers to be as good as possible. But these people making up fake scenarios is just weird.